I announced it to my staff that I'm running for re-election. I've done like a soft announcement. I'm not hiding from the fact, but I'm not having like a big rah-rah rally either. I mean, I've been doing this job for 20 years. I think probably people could tell if I wasn't going to run again, but I'm working just as hard as I always have. So, and the residents are really sweet to me and nice to me. It's funny because I talk to mayors that get burned out, and part of the reason they burn out is because the residents are tough on them. And I've had instances where the Hammond residents were tough on me, but it's been years. I think Hammond residents really appreciate the job I'm doing and the people I have working for me. And so it makes it easier to be mayor when you have a supportive boss. I knew, it's funny, when I was Lake County chairman, I knew when it was time to retire because I was burned out and I didn't like the job. I've never felt that way with being mayor. Even running for Congress and running for Senate, those are clearly opportunities of a lifetime for any mayor. So obviously when situations like that present themselves, I made the decision to run and I was not successful, but it was never because I don't love being mayor. This is a perfect job for me because I can never picture myself in a 9-to-5, routine job because I'm not wired that way. This job keeps me busy every day. It's a little stressful at times, definitely, but I'm really built well for stress. I handle stress very well, and this is a job that'll keep you stressed. There's something that always presents itself every day. Or even in the middle of the night, you get a phone call. I hear my phone ding at 3 in the morning. I know it's not good news. Nobody's going to call you at 3 in the morning and say, hey, we just got a big project. Yeah. It's always bad news, so you're on 24/7, but I love it, and we've got tremendous challenges in Hammond, and I think it's having somebody that's got experience running the city is a good thing for the city. I personally feel that way, obviously.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you faced?
Always. It's going to be crime. It's the number one. Most of our crime is imported, but that doesn't mean that we don't get, Indiana crime either. But we do get a lot of imported crime from Illinois. We're right on the border. We're the first city. We're the only city in Indiana that touches Chicago, and that's got its advantages and it's got its disadvantages. We, obviously, when it comes to gaming and tourism, that's great for us. It's great for us to be able to get to Chicago and enjoy Chicago. That's wonderful. But at the same, and a lot of my residents work in Chicago, and you get the higher salaries from working in Chicago, which is great, not a long commute. But the negatives that come along with that are, a lot of the bad guys, they're sick of doing business in Illinois, and they come over to Indiana to do it, and we're the first city in. So, our police force is larger than your typical police force per capita, which is more expensive, which presents its own unique challenges, but it's always going to be my top job. Anybody sitting in this seat is always going to have to approach crime as the number one priority, and if they don't, they're destined to fail, in my opinion. Because if you can't maintain a safe city, nobody wants to live here regardless of the quality of life improvements you do.
Okay.
My favorite accomplishment overall is College Bound Scholarship.
Okay.
I think that's tremendously vital for the city, and I think it keeps a solid middle-class population that are interested in educating their kids, and they don't know necessarily how they're going to pay for it. It makes their home more valuable. And we get ramifications from that too, like the schools are better because these stronger families aren't moving out. So they stay here and the kids go to Hammond Central, which is a gorgeous brand new high school across the street, and hopefully the scores are going up because of that. But I think that is vital, and we're in about, 15th year of operation, and we got 5 more years under ordinance guaranteed. I think that's going to be part of the city of Hammond for a lot longer than I'm sitting here. I hope so, anyway. Next term is downtown Hammond term, and actually downtown Hessville. But downtown Hammond's a shambles right now with all the construction and the South Shore coming through. But we're going to put $250 million into downtown Hammond in the next 4 years. But either what we've done already or what we're going to do, and downtown Hammond's going to have more residential than we've ever seen in Hammond's history, and it's getting built right now. Hopefully in the next 4 years. Obviously the South Shore should be running at the end of the next term, and then hopefully we have our downtown station either completed or almost completed. And we can't start the downtown Hammond station until the South Shore rolls, because it wasn't part of the Westlake expansion. So we have everybody's agreement that we're going to put a downtown station in. We have a pad set aside. It's engineered. We literally just have to wait for the ding, ding, ding. As soon as the first train takes off, we start working on our downtown station. So That'll be right by the federal courthouse. I remember when I first became mayor, I'd send memos to people and stuff like that. Now I just communicate by Sharpie, and I read everything that hits my desk. I communicate by Sharpie, I email, but I'm really proficient at being mayor by now. I've got it down to a T,
Yeah.
which I think, and if Hammond residents vote me out, God bless them. You know, I don't think they will. I hope they don't, but I think that Hammond residents are getting a good deal by having me here because I know the city like the back of my hand. I know the issues. I know the people that work for the city. So I think that says a lot, you know, and if somebody's going to run against me, they're going to have to do a lot of homework. Yeah.